So it's a kind of a long shot, but if it were to happen, how good would the Houston Rockets be with LBJ?
Well, considering they went to the Western Conference Finals without the best player in the world, it's hard for me to see them being any worse. Skip, this is just pie in the sky. Chris Paul wants a max contract, which will pay him, what, over $200 million. LeBron James wants a max contract, which will pay him.
I assume he does. I don't know unless you tell me he's going to take a discount.
You remember in the Lee Jenkins article when he wrote for Sports Illustrated, when he's going back, he said, I'm never playing for less than max.
Yep.
Okay, James Harden is already on a max contract. I hope Chris Paul and LeBron understands that this is 5-on-5 basketball. This is not Ice Cube's big three.
Yep.
So a big three doesn't do you any good if you don't have two more players to fill out the starting five, and then what are you going to do with your bench? Now, Woj is reporting that this is the most, how do you use it, Skip? This is the most difficult recruiting job he's ever done.
No, it's the hardest he ever worked at trying to pull something off in the NBA.
Well, locking DeAndre Jordan in his own house, where would he rank that? Because that did happen.
Well, this is LeBron versus DeAndre, okay.
But at the time, he wanted DeAndre to come back. Hence, that's why they locked him in his house.
Yep.
Skip, I just think this is pie in the sky. And I'm sure tomorrow there's going to be another scenario where he's going to possibly stay in Cleveland and Kawhi and Kemba Walker's coming there. Or there's going to be a scenario. Look, they will be better. There's no question about it. How much better is the thing that I'm concerned with, Skip? Because we were concerned with, okay, Chris Paul and James Harden, two ball-dominant guys, they made it work pretty well.
I was shocked by how well it worked, especially in the Western Conference Finals, but go ahead.
But three ball-dominant guys?
I don't know.
Now, I get it. LeBron will not have to play as many minutes. He will not have to play on the ball nearly as much. But I just don't get how you can get those three max guys on the same team. This is what LeBron's going to have to understand, Skip. One or two things are going to have to take place. Either an extra $10 to $12 million is more important than rings. Because that's what the reason why Golden State was able to do what they did, Draymond took about $12 million less over the length of the contract, and Kevin Durant is playing pennies on the dollar. That's what he said.
I still don't know how they fitted all that under that cap, but they did, and they kept Iguodala and they kept Sean Livingston, and I don't know how they did it.
Well, because Kevin Durant says, I'll play for $10, $12 million less than what I can get.
Okay.
And Draymond is under market value. Clay is under market value. But here's the tricky thing with them, Skip. How do they keep this thing together after another year? Because everybody going to be wanting big pay.
Okay.
The Rockets will be better. How much better? I don't know. Because if you sign these guys, you're going to have to give up so much. You're losing Capella. You're probably going to lose Eric Gordon. You're probably going to lose Trevor Ariza.
You're probably going
It's going to be the same thing what happened with Carmelo wanted to get up out of Denver. He wanted to go to New York, Skip, but they had to give up so much to get him that when he got there, they had nothing. So, LeBron, you going to Houston, granted, big three, Chris Paul, James Harden, LeBron, formidable big three. But what are going to be the pieces that are around you to fill out this team?
So, Ebony, before I answer your question, would you allow me just to step back for a second and make one small comment?
What?
Absolutely.
It continues to astound and amaze me, the national hysteria over the ultimate destination of the quote-unquote best player on the planet who, at the end of Game 1 in the recent NBA Finals, melted down and threw in the towel before overtime for his team and got swept in the finals. And we're just going day after day after day crazy over the destination of one LeBron James. I just wanted to throw that in just for a little step back perspective.
Don't worry about guess what? Halle Berry still ain't got no problem getting no dates.
Okay.
She might have did melt down, but guess what?
Okay.
All the other teams want him.
Okay. So, they do. You were right. And he would obviously make all these teams a little to a lot better.
Yes.
Okay, so this boils down to me. If LeBron James is in fact going to leave the Cleveland Cavaliers in his home area, it comes down to Los Angeles or Houston. Because in Houston, it offers this destination of obviously Chris Paul and James Harden and LeBron and not much else, right?
Correct.
I don't know what else is left. They have to keep the Ryan Anderson contract because it's on the books for 2 more years at $20.4 million.
Yes. Good
I don't know
luck
how
getting rid of that.
I don't know how you get rid of it. Maybe Daryl Morey, who can be a magician, maybe he can do a little sleight of hand to get rid of it. I don't know.
That contract is equally as bad as the Luol Deng's $37 million
the Lakers are stuck with. Okay, so you've got that going on, and if LeBron goes to Houston, he would be coached by Mike D'Antoni, and I'm going to. I must say, the best defense I ever saw a Mike D'Antoni team play was in the Western Conference Finals against Golden State. Is that because Jeff Bizdelek is his new defensive coordinator this year, that he took him up a level? Right. Maybe. Was it because of the addition of P.J. Tucker? Was it because of Ariza and Eric Gordon and everybody getting so physical? Capella, certainly Capella, who, by the way, was second in the NBA in blocks this year, so he can rim protect.
Absolutely.
And if you lose that, I'm not sure how you replace that for these guys.
You can't.
Okay, so we got that going on in Houston versus what would be in L.A. Max out. Again, I already told you what the best idea was. The best way to dethrone Golden State is for LeBron to call Kevin Durant and convince him to leave Golden State as a complete unrestricted free agent and go to Los Angeles with LeBron.
Right.
They both have homes. I think they both have multiple homes in Los Angeles area. And they could partner with the Lakers, and it would be adding strength to the Lakers while weakening Golden State, right? Isn't that the best idea of all?
Oh, absolutely. You make your strength a weakness of them by taking their best player away.
Short of that, because that may be pie in the sky, although would I be shocked if Kevin would do that? I wouldn't be shocked. He has that kind of nature. I'll try that. I'll go try that, right? I did this. I just won back-to-back finals MVPs and rings.
Right.
When everybody said, why did you leave Russell Westbrook?
And he said, Skip, I've proven that I can play anywhere with anybody and do what I do.
Okay, and I do think he has a relationship with LeBron that's been like friendly rival, where he beat him and then he would join him. I could see it happening. But let's say short of that, if it winds up, let's do maybe pie in the sky, but let's do Kawhi plus Paul George plus LeBron in Los Angeles playing for Luke Walton. Okay, those two teams we just outlined, the Houston team or the Los Angeles teams. And I'm not even sure what Los Angeles would have left if you add those three, because you'd have to trade big pieces for Kawhi Leonard. Correct. But let's just say it happens. Which team would have a better chance of dethroning the Golden State Warriors?
Lakers.
No, Houston would. Yes, it would. You really think so? LeBron, Kawhi, and Paul George. Look, Kawhi and Paul George are number 2 or number 3 type personalities.
Dude.
Yes.
He's a superstar.
Who
Kawhi.
is? He's a number 2. He showed you what he is. He exposed himself. He was not hurt.
Yes, he was.
He showed you he's not a franchise character. He's not a carrier. He's not a face of a franchise.
He don't need to be. That's what
he's
Bron
not an alpha. He's not a number 1. He's a complimentary star, as is Paul George. Complimentary stars.
The man is 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's 2 times first-team All-NBA. And you're going to talk about he's complimentary.
Okay, I'm just telling you, on sheer firepower, star power, if you put LeBron with CP3 and James Harden, you got detonation.
Okay, let me ask you this, Skip. Let me sit back in my chair. Ebony, let me go back in the chair. If you don't mind me asking, Skip, what have you seen from James Harden and Chris Paul, even in these Western Conference Finals? Because you did see James Harden miss all those threes. He was probably like 20 for 140 in three-point attempts in the Western Conference Final. So would you trust...
I saw Chris Paul play the best big game basketball I have ever seen him play. And I had my doubts about a guy I used to call CP0, as in 0 rings. You know and I know if he hadn't pulled up lame at the end of Game 5, I'm pretty sure they're going to win that series.
But what have we seen from Chris Paul? He always get hurt. He was hurt in Utah. He got hurt the year before. Skip, that's the thing. Is he going to be healthy? Is he going to be able to give you 5, 6, or 7 games if you need it?
That is a fair point. But if he does stay healthy, that's a better team. That has a better shot against Golden State, because Chris is not afraid of Golden State. And furthermore, it's always been amusing to me that people thought that LeBron and D. Wade were like best buddies, but they're it's Chris Paul. It's Chris Paul. You know why? That is correct. And they're more contemporary. They're both 33 years of age. And remember, Dwayne was always big brother to LeBron's little brother. So Dwayne's 3 years older, and it feels like he's 6 or 7 years older, right?
Right.
So in this case, there'd be connection between Chris and LeBron. I don't think they would have any trouble sharing the ball. And how James fitted into that this year, I don't know, but he did. He made it work.